Assalamu alaikum and welcome to this course. Hope all of you are doing well. This is Mani Banase and today I am here in this platform to talk about the novel Burnt Shadow written by Kamila Shamsi. During this particular time, I would love to talk about the first of all the biographical context of Kamila Shamsi. Then I will discuss few points from the novel just for the sake of better understanding of the novel, and then finally I will move towards the specific topic of the novel, problem faced by colonized generation. So let's have a start with biographical context of Kamila Shamsi. Actually, Kamila Shamsi was born in Karachi in 13 August 1973. She's a British Pakistani writer and she got fame both in Pakistan and America. She grew up in Karachi during the period when Ziaul Haq was in power and women freedom was in threatened. During that particular time, women were considered only to be a good wives and good mothers. But I'm feeling very glad by sharing this that Kamila Shams is very fortunate in this matter that she has a literary background as her mother Muniza Shamsi was a literary critic and a journalist and her aunt Atia Hussain was an author. Obviously these two ladies and her family supported him and encouraged her for her literary aspiration. Till now, she has wrote seven novels, and In the City by the Sea, Salt and Saffron, Cartography, Broken Verses, uh, Burnt. All these novels are set in the very home city of Kamila Shamsi, but her fifth novel, Burnt Shadows, spans several continents, but it's also partially based in Karachi. All of her novels, including Burnt Shadow, are written in English, and she chooses English language for her literary work, which allow her to address a global Anglophone audience. She also gave a sort of cultural translation. All of her these choices allow her book to enter the circuit of market that characterizes a globalized world where a book written in one country can be published in another. Okay, here in this slide, I'm going to discuss few concepts just for the sake of better understanding of the novel. But here, I'm not going to elaborate or discuss the story of the novel, as all of you can find it elsewhere on the internet. Uh, Actually, it was quite miraculous for me when I was reading this novel that how everything came together in this novel. मतलब this novel spans about 60 years from a bomb on Nagasaki to partition of India, then what in Afghanistan, then she moved toward the 9/11 attack, September 9/11 attack. Sorry. It seems that basically the novel Burnt Shadow has not been written on the developed and undeveloped countries, but on the conflicts between East and West. That also fabricates the whole political scene of today. He has never tried to show the destructive effects of the bomb. मतलब she moved to Nagasaki, to India, then Afghanistan and America, and she has never tried to show the ill effects. Uh, Kamila Shamsi has just tried to show the conflict between East and West. We can see the protagonist of the novel, Hiroko, seems to allude the West policies towards the East, and West is responsible for the every suffering of the East. Even Hiroko has to change her get-up, hairstyle, dressing, appearance, just for the sake of prevent herself by the hand of the novel Burnt Shadow is also a consequence of political events. Um, she has very beautifully alluded the events as atomic bombing on Japan, partition of Pakistan in 1982, Pakistan, and 9/11 attack. Shamsi makes some important observation about class and racial tension. Kamila Shamsi has deftly tried to describe the scene of racism, class division, and panorama of war. We can see there are war for power, war for territory, and war for family. But what is the outcome for the people who has suffered at the hand of the invader? Stylistic techniques of Kamila Shamsi in Burnt Shadow. Uh, it's Kamila Shamsi who has tried and dared to comprise four different major political events just in a novel, and secondly she has established the relationship between the major political events and individual subjectivity. Thirdly, the very personal story of Hiroko, the protagonist of the novel, is narrated in the third person. The imperial impact is still active today in literature. European literature and English literature are still being used as a tool for manipulation. Just for the sake of some rules and to repress the Orient. Edward says Orientalism is the cornerstone of post-colonial studies. As you know, language is a very powerful tool that has been used by the colonizers. Throughout the book, we can see that the language not solely used as a mean for communication, but as a cultural attitudinal divide. English were lived in India for many years, but they even never tried to speak and learn any other language. We can take example of Hiroko. She can speak in three different languages, and she is also willing to learn Urdu in India, while James family, who is living for many years in India, they are not even willing to speak in English and they're not willing to learn Urdu and speak in Urdu, the native language of India. Yeah, here in this slide I have just mentioned the epigraph and prologue of the novel. A time to recollect every shadow, everything the earth was losing, a time to think of everything the earth, and I had lost of all that I would lose of all that I was losing. Actually, the true subject of this poetry is the loss of the beloved. These are the post-colonial elements in Kamila Shamsi's novel Burnt Shadow. First one is metropolitanism, then hybridity, theme of othering, nativism, nationalism, and then finally unholiness and diaspora. Metropolitanism. First of all, what metropolitanism is? In very simple words, metropolitanism means person, society, and culture who has sophistication, fashionable, modern, and civilized taste in it. In other words, according to metropolitanisms, colonizers considered colonized undeveloped and think that without their assistance they can never do anything and they can never be progressivist. Colonizers believed that only their own Anglo-European culture was civilized and sophisticated, and the colonized people were treated as a savage, backward, and undeveloped. Just because the technology of colonizers was highly advanced, and the colonizers wanted the colonized people to dance to their tune. Thirdly, the risks of an atomic conflicts in the subcontinents. Yeah, America is directly or indirectly, America and English are responsible for the every burnt shadow. Most probably in the three events of the novel, as bombing on Nagasaki, then partition of India, and then war in Afghanistan. In all these events, America and English are responsible for the every suffering of the individual. Islamophobia. Islamophobia is a fear, hatred, or prejudice against the Islamic religion. Islamophobia may be a form of racism and it may be a result against September 9/11 attack and 9/11 attack. We can find out many elements of metropolitanism in Burnt Shadow, but here I have mentioned only few. Um, as Sajjad says, there was Delhi city of Raj, where every Englishman, Bangalu, had lush garden lined with red flower pots. Actually, English were made their separate colonies, and they considered themselves superior to others. Their colonies were well organized, democrated by the huge and strong walls, and other peoples were not allowed to cross these walls. Here, Burton says, if that really is the case, then you are mistaken in thinking you will live and die there. James Burton is a representative of the colonizer country, and he believes that India before advent of English was undeveloped and its people were uneducated. Burton thought that and felt that if British had left India, it would have destroyed. Hybridity. Hybridity represents the transfer of culture. After colonization, native people had noted between two cultures, they willingly or unwillingly had to adopt a new culture. To highlight the hybrid identity of post-colonial subject, the writer Kamila Shamsi focuses on the different cultures of the world, namely India, Pakistan, English, America, and Afghanistan. Uh, Homi Ke Baba's concept of cultural hybridity. According to Homi Ke Baba, culture, hybridity, and identity are not separated from each other as there is no concept of one without the other. In the novel Burnt Shadows, Sajjad is a hybrid character as he stands between two different cultures. His family, who belongs to India, uh, loves to listen poetry and is very interested in poetry. Sajjad was also interested in poetry, but he has to forcefully play chess with an Englishman, James Burton, and he also has to wear English clothes, And on the other hand, Hiroko, the protagonist of the novel, is also a hybrid character as he's a German girl and he has to adopt the lifestyle of English and has to learn Urdu for Sajad's family. Okay. Colonizers considered native people different, that's why they have made their different colonies and different and separate colonies and kept the natives away from them. Kamila Shamsi has expounded the concept of other and otherness in the novel Burnt Shadow. For James, Sajad was other, and on the other hand, for Sajad, James was other because India was not James' homeland, and Sajad was the servant of James, and we can observe the depth of otherness through the dialogue of James' wife Elizabeth. I wish you would not give him your clothes, Elizabeth said without turning towards James. He is started looking at everything you wear as if it's his property. Did you see how upset he was yesterday when you split ink on your shirt? Unhomeliness and diaspora. In post-colonial theory, people separated from their original homeland comes in the category of diaspora. During colonization, native people were used for different purposes by the hand of colonizers. Hiroko, a diasporic character, also tells about her husband Sajad's. She says he would not ever have believed that he would come to think of crossing home and that his bitter regard about his separation from Delhi would be the absence of safety nets that the joint family system had once provided. Ultimately, what was most interesting to me in this book was the cultural soap of Japanese, German, British, India, and Pakistan that flavored the novel. That's all by my side. Thank you.